Hey guys, welcome to whatever week it is here on theReelDVDWatchers. On Wednesdays, it's me. On Thursdays, it's me, Tom. The movie that I've chosen to review today is something that I just watched for the first time today. And yeah, the subject matter hits a little bit close to home just because of what it has to do with. Once I say it, most of you will probably know why. But nonetheless, it's a pretty decent movie. And that movie in question won Best Picture this year, so it's The King's Speech, starring Colin Firth, Jeffrey Rush, Helena Bonham Carter. Basically, what's going on in this one, for those of you who don't know, is the story of King George VI and of how he stuttered and how his whole entire life he's had to try to overcome his stutter. And it's pretty much all about him, you know, with it goes through a little bit of his life, you know, just telling us all how like it sort of developed and how he goes to this speech therapist, and played by Jeffrey Rush, who's all trying these new forms and tactics on how to get him pretty much to just relax his tongue and just go with the flow and let the stutter, you know, slowly go away. And the thing is, Colin Firth has been to every single expert, but apparently Jeffrey Rush's character, his methods are unorthodox, so they decided to go with that. And so the movie follows, you know, Barty, who's essentially played by Colin Firth. It follows just his day-to-day life, you know, him delivering speeches, getting through it. And then his father dies, and then his brother goes to take the throne, but he wants to marry this woman from Baltimore, and he's not willing to change that ever. So he pretty much denounces his monarch title and hands it over to Barty. And Barty, of course, because of the stutter, you know, he feels a great amount of pressure on him because of the way how a king has to be regal and not second-guess himself and also sound prim and proper the whole time. So that's basically this movie in a nutshell. This movie really hits close to home because, as most of you know, I have a little bit of a stutter. It's not as bad as it once was, but it really hit close to home because I fully understand everything that, you know, that Barty went through, dealing with, you know, being teased and stuff like that. The way how they covered it, though, it's great stuff that, you know, I was told about kids who stutter is actually in this movie, which is great to see about people who are predominantly left-handed tend to be stutterers, you know. And at one point, Barty is trying to just read his father's Christmas Day speech, and he's having such problems with it, and his father's just screaming at him, you know, just get out the words and calm down. My parents never did that to me, you know. They just, you know, like, yep, you're gonna overcome it when you overcome it. But I had teachers and stuff like that who would just scream at me because, you know, and so that really hit close to home. But I think the character of Barty, you know, he uses his stutter as an excuse a lot to get upset with people. And it's really interesting to see how, you know, people with stutter, when they're really upset, you know, there is no stutter at all. When they sing, there's no stutter, because I think more so it's just we don't focus so much on the words of what we're saying. Like, it's just coming out in a constant stream, so we're not thinking, we're not over-analyzing it. And yeah, that's just the way how I saw it. The acting in this movie is absolutely great. Helena Bonham Carter, she was just kind of there in this movie. I really felt as Colin Firth's wife. She didn't really do anything too special, if you understand. I mean, she just felt really one-dimensional. We didn't really get to see a lot of sides to her as compared to Colin Firth. I'm not sure if he deserved the Oscar, but nonetheless, though, great job with the stutter, because every stutter is different. Some people stammer over words, other people repeat themselves a couple times, like the way how I do, and it's just really interesting to see how that works. Jeffrey Rush is so great in his role, just the way how he just pretty much threw himself at it. And there is an instant likeness of Jeffrey Rush's character. When you first see him, you just automatically like him. I'm not sure why that is, but you just can't help but like him. I think my hair looks like shit right now, but oh well. But yeah, for me, Jeffrey Rush to me was the best thing about this movie, truth be told. Yeah, the direction was absolutely great. Oh, the costumes, the set pieces, everything in this movie, oh, it looked absolutely beautiful. I wish I could have seen this on Blu-ray so you could really full appreciate everything like that. But yeah, if I had to give The King's Speech a rating out of 10, 6.5. it's better than like the average movie, you know, but it still has a little ways to go for me personally. But nonetheless, though, definitely check out King's Speech if you haven't already yet. It's a pretty good movie. I know that Kayla has reviewed this, so check out her review as well too, just for comparison, because you know it never hurts. And yeah, and I will catch you guys all in a week's time because I'm gonna review something fucking awesome then. So yeah, later guys.